to the cloud. Okay, so the recording will be of me, and then you'll have this available to you if you would like to revisit this practice on one of our non-yoga days. Okay, so again, if you are ready to sit in your chair, you are always more than welcome to use a blanket over the back of the chair, or even you can take the blanket to the chair if your chair starts to get uncomfortable. Okay, so know that that extra padding is always a nice little option as well. Okay, and then I invite you to sit towards the front edge of your chair so that you are no longer just simply in your yoga chair, but you're now in a yoga prop. And you've invited your sit bones to come close to the edge of the chair, not too close that you're going to slide off, but close enough that you can really feel the body sit up nice and straight. Okay, let your feet come to the floor. Your knees and your toes are forward. And there's a really great big deep breath that allows your body to expand and then allows your core to contract and get nice and strong. Okay, so feel free to try that one once again. Inhale the belly and exhale. Good. You can bring your hands to your belly if you'd like. Deep breath. Inhale. Try breathing through your nose. Open your mouth and big exhale. Beautiful. Once again. Inhale, big deep breath. And a really nice big exhale. If you'd like, bring your hands closer to your heart. See if you can press the palms together. Stretch your fingers a little longer. Shoulders open and get long. Take a nice big deep breath through your nose. And as you exhale, soften your jaw. Jim, Carolyn, take a moment just to notice or acknowledge what's on your heart or what's on your mind. If you have a favorite poem or a prayer, just a little saying you like to come back to, free to bring that to your mind right now. And then from that space, you're welcome to release your hands or even bow slightly forward and then gently release. Take a moment to swallow really big and then open your mouth. Do that one more time. Take a moment to swallow and remember, having a sip of water or something to drink nearby. You're welcome to take a sip during the practice at any point. Let's try that again. I actually get up and grab my water bottle too. So big sip of water. Beautiful. Now on your next breath, take your hands closer to your heart. We're going to start with making the letter, the SH sound. So as if you were telling someone to be quiet. Okay, so on the inhale, lift your fingers up. Deep, deep, deep breath. And as you exhale, make the SH sound and bring your hands down. Good. Try that again. Inhale, bring the hands up past your heart. Deep, deep, deep breath. And then once you get them high, SH sound brings them down. Good. We'll do that 3 more times. So inhale, deep breath, lifting the fingers up to the ceiling. SH sound. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, deep breath. Use that belly breath. Exhale, big, loud. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, big, deep breath. Nice, big SH sound. Beautiful. Take your hands to your lap and start to make some little circles with your torso. Okay, so you're just shifting around a little bit in your chair. Maybe you're bearing some more weight into one side of the body, the other. Good. Finish this last circle and then pause and reverse your directions. Again, you're just making a little bit of movement into the body. Small circles around. Coming all the way back up when you finish to sit up nice and tall. Beautiful. On your next breath, take the arms out to the side like a letter T. And this time, as if you were letting air out of a tire, I want you to make just an S noise. So it sounds a little like a snake. All right, inhale, arms up to the height of the T. Deep breath, S sound. Good, 2 more times. Inhale. Nice big deep breath. Exhale, sound like an S. Good, last one. Nice big deep breath. Inhale. Letter S sound. Good, take a moment to swallow. You need another sip of water, please feel free. Inhaling the arms to your center, take a breath. On the next breath, inhale to touch the sky. SH sound as your arms come down. Good. Pause here. Inhale the arms up to the height of your shoulders. Letter S sound. Good. We'll put those two together 2 more times. Hands into your heart. Deep breath. Inhale. Reach up. Really big deep breath. SH sound. Good. Arms to the height of your T. On your breath, letter S sound. Good. Last one. Hands into your heart. Deep breath. Touch the sky. Inhale, inhale, inhale all the way. SH sound. Arms to the height of your feet. Deep breath. Last one. Letter S sound. Beautiful. Now I want you to take a moment to swallow, or again, if you have something to drink, provide. Take a big sip, okay? That was a lot of vocal work. Good for us. But we started off with it today. All right, those are also energizing sounds. So how you feeling? A little effervescent. We're working from the inside, coming out. Feel good? Yeah. Who's ready for Shavasana? Who's ready for a nap? Oh no. All right. Take your right hand, reach to the sky. Let your left hand reach to the earth. Good. Nice big deep breath. Good. And then bring your hands through the middle, almost as if you had some symbols. And stretch your left hand really high, right hand really low. Beautiful. Bring your hands back through the midline as if you had those symbols. Stretch your right hand really high up. Good. Once again, back with midline like you had symbols and stretch. Good. Draw your hands back down. Let your hands stay at your heart. Can you turn your toes out a little? And then heels out. And then leave those toes out so you're a little bit wider into your stance. You might need to scoot back into your chair, so feel free to do that if needed. Hands then come to your lap. Pull the belly button in, rounding into a letter C. I'm going to turn so you can see my spine. Round into a C. And then press your belly forward. Open through your heart space. Look up a little bit towards the wall or where the wall of the ceiling. Exhale, pull your belly button in to give yourself that little rounded curve in the back. And then inhale, open the heart space, look up to the right. Good. 2 more times. Exhale with that gentle rounded shape curl. Inhale, open through the heart space, length. Last one like that. Exhale, gently rounding in, letter C. And then inhale, open the heart space, let your body. Exhale here, sit up nice and tall. Walk those hands back into your lap. On the next breath, let your hands get low and then up to the height of your shoulders, or maybe a little bit low. Open and close your hands like you were opening a really big doorknob. Good. And then from here, leave your palms open. Now I want you to lift your palms up like you were throwing water and catching. Good. And then pause. Now rotate your palms down like you were dribbling a basketball. And then pause. Now give yourself a big hug. And if you want to sway a little from side to side, feel free. You can give yourself a pat on the shoulder because you're here doing yoga. You're here working hard. So a little side to side if you wish. Good. And then pause, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, with the arms still wrapped together, rotate slightly to your right side. You're leaning towards your right knee just a tiny. And then as you inhale, please come back to center, deep breath, and exhale ever so gently. Awesome. Beautiful. And then inhale, come back to center. Take your arms and lift them up like you were saying, welcome to the day with a big sunshine. Good. Let your hands get low, crisscross at the wrist, and do that again. Yeah. Good. Crisscross at the wrist. Good mornings here. Big, giant stretches with those hands, those fingers. But one more time. Nice big stretch of the arms. Beautiful. And then from here, relax your hands back down onto your lap. Good. If you'd like, you can take a little bit of a forward fold. So again, I'm showing you here, you don't have to rotate, but you're allowing your spine to just lean a little. If it's comfortable for you to bring your forearms to your lap, you can. If not, simply keep the hands there. Take a moment just to look forward on your space. You're looking ahead of your toes. Good. Now gently draw your chin closer to your chest, maybe closer to your heels. And then gently turn your head to the right shoulder just a little bit. And gently back to center and off to your left once again, just a teeny tiny. Back to center. Beautiful. From here, please walk your hands ever so gently back up your left. As you sit up nice and tall, take your hands wide, bring them all the way back up overhead, and then exhale, bring your hands back into. Beautiful. If your feet are wide still, turn your toes in. Draw your heels in. Draw your feet back. Beautiful. All right, stay here. I'm going to reverse to my chair slightly. My blanket. All right. Take a deep breath. And from hands and start to wander them back behind you on your chin. Now my chair has this little triangle I can hold on to. I'm guessing yours will have something that allows the back to come up. See if you can bring your hands to that. And then let your elbows come a little closer. And I'm trying to really exaggerate, but see how I'm lifting up from the center of my upper back and creating a little bit of a back bend. Your chin can lift up, your eyes can lift up. Take a deep breath. Okay, you're feeling really open into the front of your body. Nice big deep breath, good. And then from here, lower your eyes, lower your chin, pull your belly button in, walk your hands back onto your lap, and then lean forward. And if you want to round a little bit, go ahead. Okay, so we're countering what we just did with what that was a seated cobra pose. All right, so let's try it one more time. Lengthen the crown of your head. Walk hands back on your lap. Again, hold on a little bit behind you. If you can start to lift up into the center of your upper back, go for it. And then if it still feels okay, lift your eyes, look towards your eyebrows. Lift your chin if that feels okay. A little bit of a deep breath into your upper body. Nice big exhale. And then let your eyes wander down. Let your chin wander down. Again, your hands can come onto your lap and a little bit of a forward fold. Or maybe soften your shoulders. Nice. Take a deep breath in and out. And then from here, walk your hands back, sitting up nice and tall. Beautiful. Inhale, let your arms get wide. Open them back up over your head. Exhale your hands back. Beautiful. All right, so now I'd like you to be able to move your right leg. So if you have props, you can use your props to help here, okay? If you have a hard time threading your fingers behind your leg and holding your foot in the air, you may wish to bring your yoga block underneath your foot, okay? If you have a belt or a strap, you can use that underneath your leg as well to assist the leg in the air. And I'm using the strap, the ends of the strap, to hold my leg up, okay? So you are going to choose your own adventure on this, and whatever part works for you is best, okay? So again, the option to interlace your fingers and hold at the hamstring, set your foot up on a block, and the block has multiple heights. If you have a little ottoman, that works too. And or you can use your yoga strap to invite the knee into the air. Okay, so whichever way is working for you is great. And if you need to set your foot down and take a break, that's also fine. All right, so with the hands or strap or foot on the block, see if you can lift the foot up. And then take some big ankle circles with your right foot. And reverse your direction. Now point your toes, flex your foot. Point your toes, flex your foot. Good. One point and flex. Good. Set that foot down. Good. Onto the floor, onto the block if you're using it. If you're using the strap, just let it rest for a moment and take a deep breath. Stretch your fingers in the air. Get really tall, get really long into the body. Good. Exhale into your cactus. Good. Dip your fingers lower into your scarecrow. Sweep your fingers back up into your cactus. Good. All the way up to touch the sky. And then exhale, weave your hands back. Good. Right side again. So if you use the block or the strap, go ahead and get it ready. If you're weaving your hands underneath and lifting the right foot up, go for it. This time, point your toes, flex your foot. Point your toes, flex your foot. Good. Point your toes, flex your foot. One more, point and flex. Good. Set your foot back down onto the floor. Sweep the hands out to the side, or you can have your foot on the block. Lift the hands up, nice big deep breath. Exhale into your cactus, shoulders back. Gently rotate your fingers down into your scarecrow. Fingertips back up into your cactus. Stretch up to touch the ceiling, and then weave your arms back down. Good. We're going back to the right leg one more time. This time, either hands behind your hamstring or use your strap. You can set your foot on the block. And I'm going to turn so you can see my knee, but I want you to stretch your heel out and back a couple times. Okay, so make sure you're not holding the shin. You want to hold the hamstring. Good. Little bit of hamstring flossing here. Fun little term for it, isn't it? All right, press and bring it back. Good. For 3, for 2, and 1. Beautiful. Set your foot down, back onto the floor. Sweep your hands wide. Deep breath in. Nice big exhale. Bring your hands down. Good. Inhale, lift up. Open wide into your cactus, fingers high. Good. Dip your fingers low into your scarecrow. Lift your fingers back up into your cactus. Stretch up to touch the ceiling. And then weave your fingers. Beautiful. Take your hands back to your heart. Nice big deep breath. Inhale. As you exhale, SH sound. Good. One more time. Inhale. Letter S sound. Good. Inhale, just a regular deep breath in and out. Exhale with a little smile. You take a moment to swallow and release your hand. Good. If you use the block or the strap, go ahead and move it over so it'll be closer to your left foot this time. And if you're using the block as a starting point, you can bring your left foot on it. If you're using the strap, go ahead and leave it underneath your left leg so you can invite it up. And if you're just using your hands underneath the hamstring, dive them on down there, interlace them, and sit up nice and tall. Start to make the circles with the left foot, rolling out to the left side first. And then reverse your direction back into the middle. Awesome. Good. And then gently release your foot down, back either to the floor or the block. Sweep your hands wide, deep breath up overhead. Elbows nice and wide into your cactus. Open your shoulders. Good. Rotate your fingers back down into your scarecrow. You've got it. Same pattern. So see if you can remember what we did. Stretch your fingers up. And Weave them all the way back down. Good. Using your hands underneath that left hamstring once again, or feel free to use your strap block. Invite your knee back up, sit up nice and tall. Second part, do we remember? Point and flex. Good. Point your toe to the floor, point your toe to the ceiling. See if you can find that nice, strong ankle articulation. I know. You all know I'm big on ankle strength. But 2 more. Lovely, lovely. Last one. Beautiful. Set your left foot down, either on the floor or the block. Take a breath. Inhale the arms way up overhead. Get tall, get long. Beautiful. Now use that big exhale to pull the elbows nice and long. Fingers to the ceiling. Good. Take a breath. Lower your fingertips down towards the floor. Beautiful. Deep breath. Bring those fingers back up. Stretch up to the ceiling. And then weave your hands back all the way down. Take your hands one more time underneath your hamstring. Use your strap or your block. Lift that left knee up, flex your foot. Good, go ahead and lift and extend. Good, continuing to move gently through that space. Nice. Continuing to move for 3 and 2. Beautiful. Last one. Set your left back down on the sticky mat. Left foot rather, if you are using the block, that's fine. Inhale to touch the sky. Big deep breath. Where do we go next? Elbows wide into your cactus. Dip those fingers low into the scarecrow. Beautiful. Sweep them back up. Nice big deep breath. Stretch up to the ceiling. And then weave your hands all the way back down. Pull that energy back into your heart center. Nice big deep breath in. Nice big exhale. Good. Hands on your lap. You'll toe your feet out a little bit wider. And then start to make your circles again. Okay, so you're welcome to go nice and slow. Keep moving. Switch directions when you're ready. I need to check on something on my Zoom. I will be right back. All right, if you have not reversed your direction, please make sure you do. And then when you're ready, we will pause nice and tall, deep breath right here. Inhale and exhale. One more time, nice big deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Bring your feet back into the middle and let your hands come just a little bit above your knees. Okay, as you are pushing your left foot into the floor, see if you can lift your right knee up and down a few times. Beautiful. And then pause. Keep your right foot pushed into the floor. See if you can lift the left knee up and down a couple times. Perfect. Last one. Nice. Now, take your left hand across the body and lift the right knee towards the left hand. Perfect. Good. Set the right foot down, shift the hands across the body, right hand over that left knee, and lift the left knee up. And you can bring the hand closer if you need to, or nice and high is also just fine. Good. And then pause here, shift your hands back. Good. Roll your fingers up and point them away from your body. Yes, welcome to Thriller dance training season. Do you remember this dance, Thriller? All right, sweep them back the other way. Fingers point, and we go this way. Yeah, there you go. And then we'll go back again. So look to the fingers here. Point, point, point. Good. Sweep them across the body. Last time. Point, point, point. Good. Now take both hands and give yourself a wide stretch and a flap overhead. Good. And then sweep them back down. Sorry, I just get excited about Halloween, or at least doing that Thriller dance. Glad you got to come with me on that. All right, take your right foot. Can you bring it out to the right side a little bit? You can heel toe across, or you can do a big sweeping action. Make sure you're on the corner of your chair though, okay? So both sit bones are still nice and firm. Spread your toes, press the balls of your feet on the floor. Can you lift your heels up and then push them back down? Lift your heels up and push down. Good. One, lift your heels up and push them down. Good. Take your hands into your heart center. Nice big deep breath. Let your fingers extend really high to the ceiling, and then open the arms wide, looking out over your right hand, nice and long. Good. Draw your fingers back together near your heart. Allow your elbows to drop. Rock and shift your hands up, up, up and away, and open them out nice and long to the side. Good. One more time. Fingertips touch. Allow the elbows to drop. Rock and shift up, up, up and away, and open out nice and wide, looking out over your right. Good. Let your left hand come down onto your lap or your leg or the chair. Open the right hand up. Can you lift that hand up into your reversed warrior? Yeah. Overhead, can you make peace fingers? Drawing the, creating that peace, 2-finger peace extension. Inhale, go ahead and come back up to center and relax your hands down by your side. Good. You can give your shoulders a little wiggle if you want. Forward and back. All right. And then take your right foot, and you're welcome to heel toe that foot back, or if you can do a big sweeping action of the foot, you can try that. Good. Make sure there's nothing on the left side as you scoot a little closer to the left side of your chair. And again, the left foot can do the heel toe, or you can sweep that left foot nice and wide. All right, so allow both feet to come nice and firm to the floor. Your knees and toes follow a similar pattern, hands on the left. Lifting your heels up just a little bit and lower them down. Okay, so lifting your heels up and lower down. Sorry, my microphone was getting in the way there. I only get to say that a couple times a week. I don't usually have a microphone. All right, last one. Good. Heels down. Good. Stay right here. Take a deep breath. Hands by your heart. Inhale, rock, shift them up, up, up and away. Exhale, open the hands nice and wide. Look out over your left fingertips. Draw your fingers back together near your heart. Allow the elbows to drop. Big deep breath, extend all the way up to the ceiling. And then open your arms nice and wide, looking out over your left. One more time. Fingertips touch. Elbows drop. Rock and shift your hands up, up, up and away. And then open those hands out nice and strong. Good. Your right hand can come down to the chair or rest on your leg. Take your left palm, roll it to the ceiling, and then reverse your warrior, lifting up nice and strong to the side of the body. Big deep breath into your left ribs. Exhale. One more time. Nice big deep breath in. And beautiful. From here, sweep that left hand back down and release your hands. Good. Left knee and foot can either heel toe across, or if you can make a big sweeping action, let it come in. Press the balls of your feet to the floor. Just let your knees windshield wiper out. Really gently. Kind of moving back and forth on your chair. Right. The next part of our series will invite you to stand up if you would like. If you'd rather stay in the chair, that is perfectly fine. Your heels are heavy on the chair. You can crisscross at the arms or hold the chair. Take a deep breath, and when you're ready, make sure your nose goes over your toes. Press your feet into the floor and begin to rise. Come all the way up to standing. If you need a moment, if you want to move closer to a wall, you're welcome to. But if it feels comfortable to move to the back of your chair, please feel free. Make sure there are no Your personal items nearby, so you have a free space with the chair in front of you. And then allow your feet to be nice and firm to the floor in that outer hips distance. Okay, so maybe it's a little wider than you would normally stand. And then I'm going to turn so you can see. I want you to pretend like you have a full of, and you're just letting your hips make some really big circles. Hands are on your chair or your wall or your furniture to make sure you are nice and stable. If you're staying in the chair, just go back to those torso circles we did earlier. All right, beautiful. Now from here, pause. Bring your feet back into the middle. If you took them wider, they come back into that inner hips distance. All right, so once again, I'm going to get rid of my chair. Left hand, or a hand still on the chair. Shift your weight to your left side. Can you lift your right heel up and off? Good. Stay here. Find your breath for 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Set that foot down. Nice. You need to rock a little from side to side. You're welcome to. And then otherwise, shift your weight a little bit to your right side. Okay. Take a breath. Lift your left heel up. Keep your eyes open big and bright. Look across your room. Stay here for 3 and 2 and 1. Good. With that. Nice. You can shift your weight from side to side if you need to. All right. And then from here, take your body to the right-hand side of your chair, but let your left hand stay on your chair. Make sure you have a little bit of a free pathway. And then invite your left foot to come forward near your chair. Press into your left foot, shift your weight forward into the left foot, and then shift your weight back into your right foot. So you're rocking gently forward and back. If you'd like, you can add your hand. Push, and then use your hand to pull you back. Right? So you're pushing and pulling. If you'd like to add those words, go ahead. Push and pull. Nice and loud. Push and pull. 2 more times. Push and pull. Last time. Push and pull. Nice work. Now take a moment to walk a few steps sideways behind your chair. Okay, once you get there, go back to where you came from. Right? So you're just moving laterally sideways behind your chair. Okay, if you're still sitting in the chair, you can just walk your feet over, back to middle, and walk your feet over the other. Okay, you're going to slip slide in your chair. All right, those of you that are standing behind the chair, make your way over to your left side of the chair. Right hand is still on the chair, and you've got a nice little alleyway in front of you. Your right heel will come in front, press your heel to the floor, and then drop your toes forward, and then shift your weight back left leg. Good. If you'd like to add in the arms, since now you know what we're doing, go right ahead, where we push, and then pretend like you're grabbing a rope or something to pull backwards. So give a strong push and pull, and use the words. It will help. Connecting the action of the push and the action of the pull. Nice and strong. Push, big pull back. Good. Last 2. Push your hand away. Pull it right back. Last 1. Push and a strong pull. Good. From behind your chair, walk into that lateral space a couple more times. You're shifting from right side of your chair to left and vice versa. Big steps if you can. Big steps if you can. Good. Pick up your feet. Push them down. Last 1. All right. Then come back to the middle of your chair and stand tall. Beautiful. Now I'm going to just rotate so you can see my feet so that you can take a little bit of a forward fold. So bringing your heels back a little bit. Hands can stay on the chair. Press your hips back. And you can make it a little bit more of an inversion if you would like. You don't have to. Keep pressing back through your hips. Okay. Nice. You can look down at your chair. Try not to look at your toes. Look a little bit ahead of you. It helps to keep your neck straight. Nice. Take one more deep breath right here. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, start to launder your toes back up. Good. Standing nice and tall behind your chair. So I'm going to turn one more time this way, but I'm going to stand a little bit to the side of my chair. I want you to stay right behind your chair though, but I want you to see my feet. Okay, your left leg is your super strong leg. Okay, the right one, pick it up and we're going to stomp it down 3 times. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Okay, you need one more. Stomp. Good. Now keep your right leg down. Stomp your left one down. Ready? Stomp. Stomp. Big step. Big push. Stomp. Good. Leave the left one down one more time. Right side. Here we go. Stomp it down. 3. Big lift. Push down. 2. Good. Big lift. Stomp it down. Good. Last one like this. Here we go. Stomp with the left leg. Stomp down with the left leg. Stomp down with the left. Good. Nice big deep breath. One more time. If it feels okay, just stretch out through the backs of your legs. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Beautiful. One more time. Deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. As you're ready, please start to walk your toes back to your chair and then stand up nice and tall behind your chair. Okay. Last standing exercises. Left hand on the chair. Take your right hand out. Big stretch. Keep lifting it up to the ceiling. If it feels okay, give yourself that little bit of a crescent stretch. Inhale, come back to center and release your right arm down. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale the left arm out, 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 up to the ceiling. Deep breath. Exhale that little bit of a crescent stretch. Inhale, come back to center. Release your hand back down. Awesome. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, big exhale. One more time. Deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, nice big exhale. Beautiful. Please start to walk around to the front of your chair. And then make sure your chair is nice and close. I should add in, if you have a yoga block or something similar, please make sure you have it handy. You're welcome to grab a sip of water too before you sit down if it's not handy. Or if it's closer, once you sit down, feel free to have the water. But make sure you are nice and close, nice and comfortable back on your chair. So again, if you have a block, or if you simply have a book, you can always just use a book as well. That works great for this. All right, please take your hands and make as much of a little letter L shape as you can. So your thumbs and your first finger make a kind of mirrored L shape. And then see if you can hold your block using that letter L shape. If you don't have an actual yoga block, you may wish to just hold on so that you don't drop it, okay? This works with yoga blocks. All right, let your elbows come in. Take a breath. So see how my elbows are puffed way out? I want you to try to bring your elbows in. Good. And now we're going to play a quick game of peekaboo. Ready? See if you can peekaboo. Lift your block up. Are you ready? Peekaboo back down. All right. If you'd like, in the Sanskrit term for peekaboo is telo ja. So if you'd like to say telo ja as you put the block down. All right. So I know, all kidding aside, this is actually good work for your shoulders, big giant movements into the body, okay? So hopefully the peekaboo is just making you laugh a little bit. Laugh, smile, we love that. But we're using this peekaboo idea and the lift of the shoulders and that release down. Good. Last one, just like this, pressing all the way up nice and tall. And then exhale, bring the block back down and let it rest on your lap. Take your left hand to the center of the block. And it's, oh yeah, and you know, give your arms a little rub after that. Sorry, that's a lot of work into the shoulders. All right, give them a nice little massage. All right, beautiful. And now take your left hand to the block and let your right hand come behind you, either next to your hip, you can bring your hand to your hip, or if your chair allows you to reach back and hold on back there, go ahead and do that. Invite the crown of your head to get you nice and tall. And then from here, keeping your left hand on the block, see if you can turn towards the right side of your room. Good. Big deep breath in. And big deep breath out. Nice. On your next breath, go ahead and unwind and come back to center. Now take your right hand to the middle of the block. Let the left hand come behind you. Sit up nice and tall, deep breath, and as you exhale, let your right ribs come forward. You're twisting towards the left side of your rib. If the block is in the way or not helpful, you can get rid of it and just have your hand on your leg for the twist. Okay? Beautiful. And then from here, come back to center. Beautiful. Leave the block on your lap. Take a deep breath, hands back into your heart. Inhale. Let's see if you remember that cactus arm series. Good. From here, what did we do? Elbows wide. You got it. Into your cactus. Beautiful. From here, we dip down. Yes, looking good, looking good. Into the scarecrow. Sweeping the hands back up. You've got it. Stretch up to the ceiling. And then weave your hands all the way back down. Good. We'll add those twists back one more time. So left hand on the block, right hand either on your hip or on the chair. Feel yourself get really tall. And then as you exhale, left ribs go forward, right ribs go back. Good. Nice big deep breath in. One. Inhale, go ahead and unwind, coming back to center. Right hand on the center of your block. Left hand this time comes back behind you. Push into your block, get really tall. Exhale here. Right ribs come forward, left ribs go back. Invite that nice little twist. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Center. Unwind everything. You ready? Who's got the arms? Deep breath. Lift up, 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 and away. You got it. Elbows wide into your cactus. Dipping your fingers into the scarecrow. Yeah. All right. Sweep your fingers back up. Reach up to touch the sky. And then weave your hands back down. All the way. Okay. Take that energy, bring it into your heart. Give yourself a big giant smile. Inhale. Big smile as you exhale. Beautiful. If you have your yoga block, set it next to your right foot. Bring your right foot back behind you just a tiny bit. And let your left pinky toe come across and rest on the block. Okay, if that's hard, just crisscross your ankles. If it feels okay here and the range of motion in your hip is comfortable, you can take the whole figure 4, okay? I know that's not easy for all of us, so use the block or just crisscross at your ankles, okay? From here, sit up nice and tall. Let your hands come behind you a bit. Good. Take your figure 4, or we'll call it a seated pigeon today, and just lean forward a tiny bit. Nice big deep breath in and out. One more time. Big deep breath in. Inhale, come back up. And then lift your left leg up. Take it wide and let there be just some real easy windshield wiper movements. Moving in, moving out. You can drop your heel down. Lift your toes up if you can. Feels all right. You can just leave the whole foot on the floor. Awesome. All right, from here, heel toe the left one back across. If you had the block there, you can scoot it over to the left pinky toe side. Again, the option is for the right foot to simply come across and do the little crisscross at the ankle. That works for you. If that's comfortable, you can also lift the pinky toe side of the foot up and rest it on the block. Okay, and again, the third option, if you are able and it's comfortable in your hips to do the full figure 4 or the full seated pigeon, bring the foot up. All right, whichever one feels good, please invite that into your body. Sit up nice and tall, let your shoulders go back, breath in and out. And if you'd like to, maybe a little bit of that forward momentum, forward hold. Nice gentle breath in and out. Breath in. Lift yourself back up. Then cross or just scoop the foot out. And then here's where those windshield wiper knees should feel really nice. A little bit of dynamic movement. Nothing too forceful or fancy, just moving as it feels comfortable. Perfect. And then from there, if you have the yoga block, move it out of the way. A little kick if you want. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands one more time by your heart. Take a deep breath as you stretch your arms up, up, up and away. Exhale one more time into your cactus. Yes, you know where we're going, right? Dip your fingers into your scarecrow. Sweep your fingers back up from the scarecrow to touch the sky. And then move your hands back down. Nice and strong. Good. Bring the energy into your heart and take a deep breath. And exhale. Beautiful. Take your hands and move them just to the base of your neck. Okay, so I'm going to get a little closer here. This little part is just a little bit of neck work. So we're going to start with just a little gentle massage. You can lower your chin, moving your fingers just to the small of your neck into that space where your neck and your shoulders attach. Trapezius muscle. And then pause. Bring your hands just below your collarbones. And then keep your neck nice and long. Turn your head slightly to your right side. And then bring the head back to center. And we'll rotate your head to your left side. And back to center. Good. Now take your palm of your left hand and release the fingers and push it on your forehead like you were saying, oh no. Okay? But very gently push your head into your hand. And then release. Good. Now take the left hand just to the left side of your head and very gently push your head into your left hand. Okay? You're just resisting gently. I mean, this is your neck, this is your hands, this is your body, so be really kind and gentle. Good. And then pause. Beautiful. Release your left hand. Take your right hand one more time in front. Palm on the forehead like you say, oh no. And then push your head very gently into your palm. Palm is just supporting, not pushing back, just being supportive. And then soften, release your hand. Now move the right hand closer to your right ear. Good. And then pushing your head just a little bit into your right hand. Your right hand is not pushing back, it's just there as a little reminder. Good. And release. Beautiful. Now take 2 fingers on each hand, lower your chin and do a gentle massage into the back of your neck. Just gently trace the muscles that kind of the muscles of your neck in the back of your neck here and up into the base of your head, that little occipital ridge where your head connects to your neck. Sometimes it gets really stiff and sore. Beautiful. And then from here, if you want to move your fingers up and just give yourself a little massage as if you were almost kind of washing your hair. Just that little bitty gentle massage. Use your fingers. And then draw your fingers forward. You can make that sort of heart shape around your forehead, coming up through from the bridge of your nose, round, ears, down. And then bring your fingers down your neck and now massage gently in the front of your neck. Again, you're using no more than that 1 or 2 finger massage technique, especially as you get into these neck muscles that can get really stiff. Good. And then bring your fingers to your collarbones and just below your collarbones, give a little gentle massage right there. And then from there, gently release your hands. You can dust them off as if you got rid of that tightness in your muscles. Then you're just ready to let it go. All right, so from here, friends, I invite you to get a little more comfortable. So if that means moving to a reclining chair or a couch, please feel free. If that means moving or adding a block or a blanket or a cushion behind you on your chair, if it involves using your blocks to prop your feet up, please feel free. I invite you to be comfortable. That is the goal. And then once you're comfortable, close your eyes. And see if you can connect to your breath. Share with you a little poem as we move into our Shavasana. This is from a book called Breath of Joy by Donna Fowler. This poem is simply called Breath of Joy. So please take a nice big deep breath in and a nice big exhale. Nice big deep breath in and a nice easy exhale. After the feeder is full and the seed is scattered on the deck, I practice breath of joy. It is a moment of union with weather and seasons. I commune with the moon, if it's still visible, with mist or rain, if it is falling. If the sun is up, I lift my face to catch its rays. For 10 rounds of breath, I am one with earth and sky before returning inside, much to the glee of the chickadees who are on the feeder before the door can close behind. So gently begin to return to your regular rate of breath. Take a nice big inhale and exhale with a deeper sigh. Now, if you are comfortable in your space and you can stay and relax a little bit longer, or maybe even drift off and take a nap, please feel free to do so. If, however, you'd like to conclude this practice by sitting up a little taller, maybe wiggling arms and shoulders a little, you're welcome to bring your hands back or closer to you. And as you do, find your breath, taking a nice big deep inhale. Then as you exhale, smile to yourself. I thank you all so much for being here today, for sharing this practice with me and with our group. It is such an honor, such a joy to be with all of you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, a really wonderful rest of the week, and a fabulous week. It is from my heart to yours that I say namaste. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. And for anyone who didn't catch the riddle, the end of the joke, why did the scarecrow win the special prize? Because he was outstanding in his field. Thank you all for being outstanding. Stay well. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Katie.
You're welcome. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you,
Thank
Katie.
you. You're welcome.